Coming live from Staples Center, I'm Joe Morgan with Sporting News. Here is Sabrina Merchant. Interesting game, Sabrina, gotta be honest.
Interesting's not the word I would
Maybe
use
that's not the word we
describe
go
it.
with. Clippers blow out the Washington Wizards 150-125. The Clippers go to 15-6 after bouncing back from a Spurs loss the other night. They'll be back here on Tuesday, actually, to face Portland. But look, this was an overmatched game from the very beginning. Washington's the worst defensive team in the league. The Clippers find a way to put up 150. I know there aren't that many takeaways from this game, but one that I do think is interesting is what Doc was kind of talking about, how important it is to still have some of his guys get significant minutes in a blowout game as they're trying to build on chemistry.
Right, well, we saw Paul George have a pretty rough game against San Antonio, their last road outing on Friday. And pre-game, they talked about how Paul wanted to be more aggressive coming into this one. He's one of the leading scorers in the first quarter in the NBA. I think he's about 5th. So we saw him go out immediately, attacking the basket. I mean, he was being guarded by Bradley Beal, so it wasn't exactly like a fair fight for him to get his jumper off over Bradley. But yeah, the Clippers just came out really strong on offense. Again, meager defensive team that they were going up against.
Meager's also not the word I would use, but this is a family show. I do think in these moments, you have to take away something, especially in the early part of the year. And I did think that being able to go out there and kind of step on their throats a little bit, especially in that fourth quarter, because that third quarter actually did get a little bit close. At one point, Bradley Beal missed a three that I think it would have cut it to either 11 or 12. And I think these are kind of building block moments for the Clippers. They're clearly the better team, but I do think in moments like that, it's important for the Clippers to find a way to step on the throat and get a big victory.
Right, I thought that second quarter was really important for the Clippers because the first quarter, it seemed like they could score so easily at will that they weren't committing the necessary energy on the defensive end. And in the second quarter, you know, they held Washington to 22 or 23 points. So it was a reasonable defensive performance, right? Even against a team that actually is one of the top offenses in the league.
Top 5, I believe.
Top 5 offense, right? So
I thought with the Clippers specifically in this game, and as we see them moving forward, that this offense is going to be really good. Okay, it's really, there's no other choice and option for them with the talent that they have. Defensively is where I still think they have the ability to take even another step. Obviously, they're long, they're lanky, but I think it's important in games like this, especially against Washington, who can light it up, to show in stretches that they can lock you down.
Absolutely, and I think they were more committed when the starters were in the game.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. I thought Mo Harkless was really good on Bradley Beal. He's been so effective at guarding those smaller guards, those primary ball handlers.
And you like Terrence Mann?
I like Terrence Mann a lot today. I mean, so he's been getting the Rodney McGruder minutes ever since McGruder strained his hamstring last week on that road trip. And the Clippers obviously value what he does defensively. That's why they put him in the game. You know, that's why he's starting when Kawhi and PG were going through their injuries at the start of the season. I mean, I still think that there's something lost when he comes in on the offensive end because there were a couple times where, you know, Lou and Trez would run the pick and roll. Trez would have the ball in the paint on the short roll, and he'd kick it out to Terrence, and he's unwilling to take that corner three. And that's a shot that he has to at least try to take, I think, in order for him to fit in that second unit ecosystem.
Well, you and I were talking about this a little bit post-game. You got guys like Terrence Mann and Jerome Robinson, two young guys. Who's going to get those minutes? On a team with this much talent, there is only one guy of the younger age, if you will, that is going to get some type of minutes. And who's it going to be? I think we both think it's going to be Terrence Mann moving forward because of what he can do defensively. I love Jerome Robinson, but I don't know what he can do on the defensive side of the court. And at the moment, it's not like he's lighting it up offensively. So do you think moving forward, Terrence is the guy that is going to get some of those small minutes off the bench?
Yeah, see, I wonder if this is even a moot point because the minute McGruder and Shamet both come back, that's your 10-man rotation, and Mann and Robinson just get dumped to the end of the bench anyway. But I like what Mann can do because I think he provides an element that nobody else on the Clippers provides. Robinson, I think he's at his best if he's like that microwave scorer coming in and leading the second unit. But the Clippers have the best guy in the league at that job. They don't need Jerome Robinson to perform that role. Whereas Terrence Mann, he lifts the pace up a little bit. He has length on defense. He had that nice little putback in the fourth quarter that caused an and-one for the Clippers. I mean, there's just things that he does that nobody else on this roster, as talented as it is, do. Which makes him the more natural option to run.
It makes him much more valuable for Doc. And I do think that, I think moving forward, you'll see him get some minutes. I think Jerome minutes are going to continue to decrease, right, as everybody gets healthy, which is unfortunate because I do think he's got a great future in this league. But for this team, it's got to be Terrence Mann at providing a little more value. Paul George had a big night, 31 and 29. He's only continuing to get better. This tandem and duo with Kawhi and Paul George, I'm telling you, we're just at the very tip of the iceberg with how good they can be.
Which of their dunks do you think was more aesthetically pleasing?
I like Paul George's.
Paul George had the one in transition, little cockback.
When he gets up, it's nasty.
I mean, Paul George has competed in the same dunk contest before.
I forget about that.
He's an athlete. Whereas Kawhi Leonard's kind of in slow motion as he got to the rim.
Kawhi's got a little more of the old man's game. PG, he's bringing a little more youth. Yeah, a little more youth. Well, anyways, a big win here for the Clippers, beating somewhat of a hapless Wizards team, I have to say. They put up 150. They improved to 15-6. We'll be back here on Tuesday for Portland.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
That's going to be a fun game. Have a great night, guys. We'll talk to you soon.